Hey, what's going on, everyone? Renegade here, bringing you guys some Black Ops 3 gameplay on Nuketown. I use a variety of classes, so it's just you're gonna see me using a variety of guns. I do pretty decent in this game. It's domination, so it's kind of like either if once you control the two spots, you're basically good. And this is basically about it for the gameplay. And now on to the topic today. Today I'm gonna be talking about Bloodlines, which is like the fourth name for Call of Duty so far. We're not really sure what it's gonna be now. Seeing how it went from the possibility of MW4 all the way to Call of Duty in space, and Beyond Earth, and then it was Ghost 2, which was again another big possibility, and now it's Bloodlines. And apparently, Bloodlines has a release trailer, trailer release on later in April. So maybe it's a possibility that this is going to be the game. And who knows what it's going to be about. See, when I think of Bloodlines, I think of like a family, like ancestry, some kind of like something like that. So perhaps we're going to be playing through the past and then going like straight to the future, like as a story progression or something like that. That would be pretty cool, to be honest. But as for multiplayer, like who knows what that? It's probably gonna be this. Well, it's gonna be the same thing. You know that, right? But like for like the story and campaign, like that's probably gonna be pretty cool. Being able to play through like different like times, like time eras. Like maybe you go back to the Civil War, perhaps. That would be pretty interesting, to be honest. And then like, or not even the Civil War, the Revolutionary War. Maybe we go back to where America started, right? We go to the Revolutionary War and we go from there. That would be pretty interesting. That would be a really cool story that Infinity Ward, if Infinity Ward were able to do that. And then progress your way through as like you start off with like a character, and then like you go into like a different like time zone where you're like the next generation of that like said character. Like that would be pretty cool. Like you just go on and you just go from like the Revolutionary War to the War of 1812, Civil War, and then you go to World War One, World War Two, and so on and so forth. I think that would be like one of like the coolest ways to play a Call of Duty game. Just going through different like wars. That would be an interesting like idea for them to do. I don't know how they would be able to implement that, because that would be like, I mean, they had 3 years, so I mean, of course they would probably be able to do it. But if they did do it, I would definitely buy this game in a heartbeat. I would definitely buy it. But that's probably for the story. For multiplayer, God knows how that's gonna be, because it's just gonna be the same chaotic bullshit that you get, the net coding, the fucking the input lag, and all that crap that you get out of a standard Call of Duty game. It's probably gonna be there. Gonna have some bullshit gun that's like OP as fuck, and actually, since the possibility of it being, in a multi like time zone era, maybe we're gonna get like a mixture of guns from each like era. Like you get guns from Civil War, just a musket, and then you go to like World War One, and you just get the bolt action rifles. Like in World War Two, you get the MP40, and then the Thompson, Cold War like era. You get the AK-47, M16, stuff like that. That would be an interesting like weapon loadout, because I don't know. Granted, if you have like an M16 going against a musket, I mean that would be a bad idea. But perhaps like the map layout that they make, maybe will like make it work if that were possible. I'm not really sure how they would do that, because muskets with their like 2-minute reloads compared to like an M16 reload of like like 2 seconds or something like that. Yeah, it's a big difference. And plus, rate of fire and range actually is different. But you know what? I would still would like to see that happen if they could do that. I mean, if you're able to put in like a World War II weapon in Black Ops 3, or like a weapon like that's similar to it, then I'm pretty sure they can do something from like World War One, Civil War kind of deal. I mean, sure, it's it's a vast like difference in technology and stuff like that, but it would work out, I believe. That's pretty much how I see the multiplayer aspect and the story so far. And then they're probably gonna add in some like probably some survival, like they usually do, or some like weird other storyline. I don't know how like the storyline, like the main story, would be weird enough, seeing how you're going through like different time eras. But then you have to go through like maybe some different, like another reality or something. Maybe you're going through like, I don't know. That's an interesting factor to put in. I'm not really sure what they would do with the third game mode, because Call of Duty always has at least 3 game modes that make up like the game. So it's kind of difficult to interpret the third game mode, because we know story and multiplayer are gonna be there, but there's gonna be a cooperative game mode, obviously. Let's see what else. What else could this game become? There's a lot of like ideas floating around there, but I don't want to like go into what everyone else has delved into. I want to make up like my own idea of what it's gonna become, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an interesting game. Hopefully, I hope they don't like go through like the Ghost route again and just screw it all up. Because if they do, it's the end of Call of Duty in general. Nobody's gonna buy another one unless Advanced Warfare's developers, go through with like an actually decent one, like I said before. And it's basically like Infinity Ward is screwed if they don't come up with something interesting. Like I just said, if they come up with the going through the different time eras of warfare, then that would be like the coolest idea to ever play in a game. I know another game actually did this. It was on the Xbox 360. I forget what it was called, and you went back in time and you had to change history or something like that. I forget what it was called. It wasn't really that good though, I heard. But I've seen gameplay of it and it looked pretty interesting from a glance at least. But it's probably gonna be that's just what it reminds me of. The idea of having to go through the different war zones and war eras. That's just how I would see it. It would kind of be based off of that kind of deal. You know what I mean? Alright guys, so that's going to be the end of this video. I pretty much gave out my ideas of what Bloodlines could be. I mean, it could be a really cool game. Then again, Infinity Ward has screwed up, with ghosts. So we gotta be a little careful on this one. I mean, sure, they might focus on fish AI again, or maybe they'll focus on, vegetation AI. Who knows? But we will figure all of that out in April. Alright, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.